From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. The Cowboys went to Missouri, and Missouri got its revenge after that game earlier this year. John Helsley joins us on the phone. And John, we talked earlier in the week about the fact that Missouri would be looking at the Cowboys maybe a little differently this time around, having lost in Stillwater. Looked like Missouri was the more motivated team out there.
Absolutely, and from the moment that first game ended, I think, until this game, we had heard and expected Missouri to really come out ready for the Cowboys. They were number 2 in the country, went in there. As they left, Frank Haith said, we really didn't, show our best shot here. And I think we saw that last night.
You mentioned the best shot from the Tigers, and the best shot for the Cowboys in that previous meeting was having a heavy dose of LeBron Nash, a huge star in that win over Missouri earlier this year. Unfortunately for the Cowboys, he didn't really factor in what happened with Nash in this game at Columbia. Yeah, and
he gets 2 fouls early. Had been playing pretty good early on. It was 16-12, I think, when he went out. And not to pin it all on that, but it's a scoring option that comes off the floor. Like you say, it's a guy that really played well against them. I think he's a good matchup for their style of play. And when they took him off the floor, that seemed to be when Missouri really went on its big run. And by the time he came back, it had already turned ugly.
Yeah, and it really did a pretty big blowout for Missouri in that victory. John, Travis Ford talked a little bit after the game about just fatigue. Is this something that maybe we should expect almost with this limited roster and the way that these games are coming at these guys? Is this almost, there's going to be a fatigue factor with these Cowboys?
Yeah, and I think, the thing you have to consider is, one, they're playing 5 guys really the majority of the minutes, 40 minutes, 37 minutes a game. And a lot of those guys are freshmen who haven't done this before. If you got a bunch of juniors and you're playing a 6-man, 5-man, 7-man rotation, playing starters a bunch of minutes, those guys maybe are used to Big 12 play and have played a lot of minutes throughout their career. A lot of these young guys haven't done this before. And I think that showed up a little bit. They had to fight so hard to come back and kind of, prove themselves a little bit in the second half at Kansas, turn around, play another road game Wednesday night against a very good Missouri team. And I think it showed that maybe they're wearing down a little bit.
All right, something to watch as the season goes on. Thanks, John. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.